I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Anytime I get something, look, I'm a kid, and I still like getting stuff in the mail. I remember the first time I ever got a package in the mail for Chase the Heat, I was like, wow. Jeremy Hilliker is the one who sent it. So, I mean, I even remember I remember the sauce. It was mouth mine. It's like, every time I get a package in the mail, it's exciting. So I got one from Tad Britton. And this is really cool. This is a sauce. I think this is going to be the thumbnail. What do you think, people? I could do the thumbnail this way. People would freeze it to read it. That's fine. They can do that. Tad Britton is a good dude, man. I've reviewed his stuff in the past. This is really cool. The label is fantastic. If you like music, you're gonna dig this. Look at the label. It's Jimi Hindwrecks. Rex, W-R-E-C-K. Are you experienced? That is cool. So I've got this new amp. It's called Positive Grid, the Mini Spark. But it's the greatest amp in the world as far as tone and what you can shape and create. But I bought the Jimi Hendrix package. It was like $9. But when I tell you that it's like 15 different tones he used, it's unbelievable. I thought about like playing some Hendrix this morning because of this, but it's early and I don't want to irritate the neighbors. But very, very cool label. So let me read this letter to you. It says, "Hi Johnny, here's a new sauce that I think you will enjoy. We had an exceptional gardening season last year and the peppers grew very well. This was the first time we tried growing the Trinidad scorpion pepper. And they came through big time. And big time, big letters, underlined twice with an exclamation point. So he means it. The base of this sauce is mostly orange and red Hobbs, which is typically as hot as I can go and still enjoy the taste. But when I combined the Trinidad scorpions into the mix, it not only kicked up the heat, but it also added another layer of flavor. They aren't just hot, they're exceptionally delicious. This is fresh sauce, so it's not fermented. It has a water bath, it has been water bath canned, so it should remain self-stable for up to a year. It'll be gone in a month. That depends how it tastes. Maybe gone a lot quicker than that. We'll see. After opening, it will need to be refrigerated. No problem. Hope you enjoy it. Your pal Tad. Thank you, Tad. I'm excited about this. I should have played guitar this morning. Like the tone he used at Woodstock to play the national anthem. I have a tone for that. It's just you just push a button, and when I tell you, it is. I don't play it like that. You know, I'm a hack. But the tone, spot on. It's insane. So it's amazing. Anyway, I'm excited about this. This is Peach Scorpion. All right, you may have noticed I read no ingredients. So this will be fun to try to sort out what's in this by flavor. Kind of reverse engineering it by taste buds, which I'll be honest with you, it's not that easy to do. My ability to do that, to taste things and describe, I'm not sure if it's the ability to taste them or it's my ability to describe them that's gotten better. No, absolutely taste, because the higher your tolerance gets, the more I can taste more now than I did when I started the channel. Beautiful look to it. Almost has a marinara look to it. Jimi Hindwrecks. Are you experienced? Ready for that? Can't fake that sound. I went, that sounded good, but not as good as the actual thing. Oh, wow. You know, it has the marinara look, and it looks like the smells like it would be great on Italian. I'm smelling, I'm picking up some garlic, I think some onion, I think some, I don't know, man. Well, let me just taste it and see what I'm picking up in here. But it's a beautiful looking sauce. All right, so this is from Tad Britton. Jimi Hindwrecks, are you experienced? I am. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. This would be a great sauce on Italian. Now, I assume with the name, He's got peach in here. Or there were peach scorpions, I don't know. I'm not really picking up the peach flavor, if there's actual fruit peach in there. It's great flavor. It definitely has, I don't know if there's oregano in there. It definitely, to me, has that flavor to it that's going to pair perfectly with anything Italian. There's no bitterness in there, which he's tamed down sometimes with super hots. You tend to get some bitterness, and that happens with scorpions. It's lovely. As far as the sting, it's interesting because of the hobs, the habanero influence. There's a little bit of a mouth sting up front, which you expect. And it's very, very habanero. And sometimes you lose the burn of a habanero in a sauce. You can taste it, but the burn isn't the sting when it's in a sauce. This it retained the sting that you get from fresh peppers. So it has that initial sting from the hob up front, and then it kind of builds, and you have that little bit of a warmth, different heat, Trinidad heat in the back, coming on the back end. Lovely. Non-chili head, you wouldn't appreciate it like I am. Be problematic for you. You're a chili head, this is a 5 and up. Now, this is probably a 6 and up. There are going to be some people that will call it a 5, but this is probably a 6 and up. Very, very good flavor. Now, I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Georgia. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. So I'm going to take this with me because this is going to be good snacking stuff. This would be great with salsa. With chips, like as a salsa. Very, very tasty. Lovely. Thank you, Tad. I appreciate that. And I love the name. The name's cool. I got some cool, stupid, silly, ridiculous pieces of trivia to read you. There's something called a cannibal sandwich. Have you heard of it? It's in Milwaukee. Figure out why. It's consisting of raw beef, okay, and onion on rye bread. It's a Milwaukee Christmas tradition. The tradition likely goes back to Northern Europeans who settled in the state, but has been waning in popularity. And the USDA has come out to say that it's unsafe to eat the raw delicacy. I think I probably mentioned this before. When I was married to my kid's mom, on my birthday, and this is a tradition that started, I think, the first year we were married. She said, "What do you want for your birthday, for dinner? I'll make anything you want." And the first year that we were married, I said, "I want steak tartare." She's like, "What's steak tartare?" So I told her. So I went to a butcher and got filet mignon, and I had it ground up fine, and put a little thing. You make a little volcano, like you're a kid, and you put an egg yolk in there. Also, lots of onion, fresh raw onion, and then coarse salt with an egg yolk in the middle of it. And I had that. I think we did that every year. I think probably for the first 5 years we were married. Maybe the first 7 years we were married. We did it for a while. And then she did the same thing. She read some report saying it was going to kill me, so she wouldn't do that for me anymore. But I loved it. First time I ever had raw steak, I was with my buddy Doug in Vermont. Went to visit him at Christmas time, and he's just a good dude. I was a drinker back then. He went to Canada and got Brador, which is a great beer that I used to dig when I was living in Vermont. And we had filet mignon, and we were in his house, and we went to turn the oven on. He goes, "Preheat the oven, dude. We're gonna cook them inside because it's winter time." And we're letting the oven heat. I'm like, "What is it thing gonna? Is it beep when it's ready? Is there?" He goes, "I don't know. He's never used his preheat before." So we're in the kitchen, and he's like, "Dude, my oven doesn't work." I'm like, "When was the last time you used it?" He's like, "Don't think I've ever used it." It's my friend Doug. So we sat down. We just ate filet mignon raw, and it was incredible. And that's where I was like, "Wait a minute, man, I'm an animal." Anyhow, John F. Kennedy's dog. You need a dog. Had puppies with the offspring of the Soviet space dog. They arranged that. Something seems dirty about that. Anyhow, Strelka, who had spent a day aboard Sputnik 2, had a puppy that was presented to JFK in 1961. The dog, Pushinka, and Charlie, the White House dog, had 4 puppies that JFK referred to as pupniks. Pupniks. I wonder if there are any dogs remaining from that breed That would be a cool pup to have, right? Pup Nick. Frank Sinatra. Rat Pack dude. You know what? The dude phrased things away. He was a great singer. Anyway, Frank Sinatra could not get tickets to the Ali Frazier fight. He wasn't going to have that. Can you imagine that? Sinatra not being able to get tickets to a fight? More than likely it was in the Garden. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but anyway, Frank Sinatra managed to fake it. He went as a photographer. So he got a press pass to shoot photos for the Life magazine during the 1971 Fight of the Century. Here's the funny thing. It was in 1971. Nobody today remembers it. But it was the fight of the century. It probably seemed like it at the time. All right, so Marlon Brando, this is a crazy thing. This is like bugged me to read this. It bothered me. Listen to this. Marlon Brando refused to learn his lines for the 1978 blockbuster Superman. Imagine that. Refused. I would have said, get your fat butt off. Get out of here. Take off. That's what I would have said to him. Refuse. Like, who are you? I'm sorry. Sorry. Instead, he read them off a baby Superman diaper. Brandon was paid $3.7 million and 11.75% of the back end for 13 days of work and 20 minutes of total screen time. And that clown wouldn't memorize his lines. He read them off it. I'm sorry. That bugged me. It bugged me so much to read that. Let me tell you real quick. I was filming. We were on Superhots. We were on the set of Superhots. We're in Iowa, and we're at the lab, a Eurofin's lab, and we're at this filming. And there's this we're in the lab. It's super narrow, and you could barely. And there's film cameras. It was just a nightmare as far as squeezing all that equipment in for a tight shot. And I was dying of thirst, and there was a sink right here, and it looks kind of sketchy. I'm like, I don't know what comes out of that faucet. I'm in a lab, dude. You know what I mean? So I looked at that. We were between cuts, and I said, water come out of that tap? Is that just regular water? I don't know. I'm new here. And she said, yeah, it's water. I said, great. Hold on a second. I just turned the faucet off. I drank some water. They said, dude, we can get you some water. I'm like, that's water. They said, no, man. Listen, we had a guy on the set that needed 3 different kinds of water. I said, what? He goes, yeah, he needed one that was ice cold, one that was room temperature, and one that was slightly warm. So we can get, but what kind of water do you want? Tell me. I'm like, that water's fine. I wouldn't want to be like that. It's like I think about Brando, not $3.7 million in 1978, $3.7 million and 11.75 of the back end for 20 minutes of screen time and 13 days worth. And he wouldn't learn his lines. I'm sorry. All right, so listen, an asteroid, this is the last one we're going to read. An asteroid is going to zing by the Earth. Do one of those numbers. On Friday the 13th. But not this year. You're safe. In April of 2029. So we got a little bit of time. The more than 1,000 foot wide rock 99942, Apophis, is going to shoot across the sky, easily observed with the naked eye, from Asia and North Africa. So we won't see it here. I got you all excited for nothing if you're here in America, but if you're in Asia or North Africa, in 29, Apophis. It was zip right by. Is that what it was, Apophis? I think it was Apophis. You bet, Apophis. He's going to zip by. You're going to see it with your naked eye. Alrighty. So we're going to wrap it up. I hope you guys have a great day today. Tell somebody you love them, please. This was great. I'm still not positive about the thumbnail. I don't know. Maybe this is the thumbnail. Is that the thumbnail? It could be. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you guys. Thank you, Tad. It was great sauce. I enjoyed it. It's going to go with me when I head out of town. All right, you guys. Be kind to somebody. Like I said, in the description box, you're going to see Tad Britton. Unless he doesn't have a link for you. Right there, you're going to see my son. Right there, you're going to see the lifeboat. Right here, all the challenges I've done on this nutty journey. And right there, Pepperology. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville. I am. And this was Chase the Heat.